Halons are similar to CFCs.
Suppose they put the plaintiff or the selection or order, separate trial or make such order and may be expedient. So it is the court's discretion in ruling. Okay. So any person cannot be compelled to be plaintiff as it is obvious, they cannot be compelled to be an as law.
How is it now? Am I audible or background sound is still?
You are very much audible, sir, but still background noise is there. I would say background sound. Another class.
Another voice in the background. The lecture also.
Sir, me voice ఏం పడుతుందంటే సార్
So we cannot make any party
Hello.
in the litigation. First condition of right to receive the evidence. We make it one thing, person condition is if they have some need to exist. What happens? Yes, they may be severely or moderately. It is
Vicky, we need you to mute your microphone, please.
Yeah. So next is halons. So halons are similar to CFCs in structure, but contain bromine atoms instead of chlorine. So they are more dangerous to ozone than CFCs. So halons are used as fire extinguishing agents. Each bromine atom destroys hundreds of times more ozone molecules than a chlorine atom compared to that. So, which is why halons are also considered as depleting the ozone substances. So, next another substance is tetrachlorine chloride. Okay, tetrachloride. Tetrachloride is used as a cleaning solvent for clothes and metals, and also in products such as correction fluid, dry cleaning sprays, spray adhesives, fire extinguishers, etc. So these are the different kinds of means through which tetrachloride goes into the ozone layer and depletes the ozone. So it is another ozone depleting substance. So number of pollutants including CFCs, CH4 and N24 enter into the stratosphere and deplete the ozone layer. The discoveries related to ozone destruction were made by Sherwood Rowland, Mario Molina, and Paul Crutzen. Just a sec. Yeah, and these individuals, the names which I just mentioned, Sherwood Rowland, Mario Molina, and Paul Crutzen, were honored with Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1995. So, if we see the effects or impact of ozone depletion, the depletion of ozone layer allows more UVB radiation reaching the Earth's surface. It has been estimated that 5% loss of ozone results in a 10% increase in UVB radiation. UVB radiations from the sun cause certain things. We'll see what all it causes. The UV radiations from the sun. Firstly, a variety of health problems in human, including skin cancers, eye cataracts, and reduction in our natural immunity towards many diseases. So, this is the first, aspect which we need to look in with respect to UV radiations from the sun, and secondly, UV radiation can be damaging to microscopic life in the ocean, which form the basis of world's food chain. And thirdly, the elevated level of UV radiation damages nucleic acid in the living organisms. And also, UV radiation inhibits photosynthesis, which we discussed earlier, which is an important aspect in plants, and which in turn affects the whole food chain. UV radiation may even affect the global climatic aspect, and the increase in intensity of sunlight may include global warming that melts the ice caps at the poles. Just a sec.
Any cases, health risk, sir? Any cause of health risk? UV radiation.
Yeah, obviously. So we see many, as I just mentioned earlier, many diseases are get affected. Many disease aspect, and because it also affects the food chain also, and we can look up the different diseases. So the increase in intensity of sunlight may include a global warming that melts the ice caps at the poles. If this happens, the sea level will rise from a few centimeters to a few meters, and the low-lying areas will come underwater. It is an ecological disaster, And however, the economic centers are always located along the coast. Hence, flooding can lead to great economic loss.
Some benefits are there, sir. Some benefits are there, and vitamins and some.
So those are the sun-related aspects.
Sir, any specific benefit or advantage of the UV rays reaching the earth?
The the percentage aspect is mentioned earlier. So basically, as estimated, the 5% loss of ozone, which results in 10% increase in UV B radiation. So as long as the parameters are within intact, safe aspect, then it is okay. Then it will have only favorable
Sir,
aspect and
So more
ultra,
UV rays will have more negative effect. Is it?
maybe
ultraviolet is, sir, vitamin D is any benefits, sir? Vitamin D benefits.
vitamin.
Vitamin D, sir. Vitamin D.
Yeah, we all know about it. Generally, as long as it is to an extent which is okay, and also we will have to know it is mentioned at a certain time only of the day when the sun is up. Then at that time only, it is vitamin D benefits will be there. So. That's with respect to ozone. Now we'll move to the next topic, global warming. So basically, global warming. Just a sec.
Sir, what does UV light mean, sir? What does UV light means?
You have to, if you're interested in UV related aspects in detail, you can look it up. So from our point of view, it's only with respect to the ozone depletion and the parameters that I mentioned. That's when we need to know about it. So for further aspect, we can look it up later. But
So just to clarify, if the question is about full form of UV, it is ultraviolet rays.
yes,
To answer the question of the student.
yeah, yeah,
Thank you, sir.
which we already mentioned yesterday. So yeah, with respect to the next topic, the global warming. So global warming is an increase in the Earth's temperature due to the use of fossil fuels and other industrial processes which are leading to buildup or of the greenhouse gases. So if you see what are the greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide is there, methane is there, nitrous oxide is there, and also ma'am, yours is next class, is it?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
optional line answer.
No, this is first year.
No, first years I'm not taking.
Yeah. One second.
Invest.
Mike, I was just speaking to a colleague for some coordination of other classes. I just forgot to unmute the mic. So yeah, I'll just repeat the points that I just mentioned. So basically, when there is increase in the greenhouse gases, and it leads to the increase in the level of rise in the temperature. So if there is just a sec.
Excuse me, sir, आपकी आवाज बहुत स्लो आ रही है. Sir, your voice is very
Yeah.
low. Can you please speak louder?
Yeah. Just now I had muted the mic. I was coordinating with a colleague for other classes. I had muted the mic. And also some other sounds are coming. Others, everyone, please mute your mics. Mr. Chandramouli, please mute your mic. Mr. Chandramouli, please mute your mic. Okay. So, Where did I pause before muting the mic? Until what were you able to listen regarding?
Global warming, sir.
Global warming.
Yeah, global warming. Did we finish about burning large amount of fossil fuels? Did we finish that?
Not yet, sir.
No, sir, not yet.
So basically, human activities during the last few decades of industrialization and population growth, they have polluted the atmosphere to a certain extent that it has begun to seriously affect the climate. So by burning a large amount of fossil fuels, we release huge quantities of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and deforestation also releases carbon dioxide trapped in the tissues of the trees. So at the same time, other than this, loss of trees also reduces the Earth's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide through photosynthesis. Natural process like volcanic eruptions and earthquake induced fires also contribute to the carbon dioxide emissions. The carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has increased by 31% since pre-industrial times, causing more heat to be trapped in the lower atmosphere. So if emissions continues to rise by 0.50 degrees Celsius rate, a rise of 1.5 degrees Celsius to 4.5 degrees Celsius is likely by 2030. And in 1995, the IPCC, which is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, it's a group of world's leading scientists. They predicted that global warming would raise temperature by 3.5 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius during the 21st century if the present trends continue. So it is now believed that it could be much greater also. So contributions of if you see the contributors of the global warming, so 35 industrial countries are there, which are highly industrialized countries. They have the ones who are contributed significantly to global warming because they use and they have used and also they are still using large quantities of fossil fuel energy. Which results in discharge of large quantities of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So, for the sake of perspective, we may note that world CO2 emissions in 2004 totaled 27 billion tons. Okay, and out of this, US accounted for 5.8 billion tons. These statistics are from 2004. Okay. I'll just type it here. So 2.7 billion tons is the one which is the world accounting for the complete world, out of which out of which 5.8 billion tons is the US aspect, and China is 4.7 billion tons. Japan 1.7 and Russia is 1.7, Japan is 1.3 billion tons, and India is 1.1 billion tons. మీరు తీసుకుంటారా సార్ ఒక 5 minutes తర్వాత? ఓకే. So these are the various statistics of different countries. So if you see at the series of meetings that the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change took place earlier in 2007, consensus was emerged that man-made additions to the global atmospheric CO2 were indeed responsible for warming, and that all countries should adopt measures to reduce the carbon emissions. So after this, we are looking at effects of global warming and rise in sea level, impacts on forests, effects on large range of species distribution, and there will be effects on human settlements and society, and effect on the food production, and effect on health. Solutions for global warming we'll see. Okay. So these are the ones which we'll see in the next session. Because this is just starting of the online classes again, a little bit of technical aspects there was time taken this morning. Hopefully we won't have such issues in tomorrow or day after. So just bear with us with the technical aspects here. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow from where we left stop today.
Final